Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I got this smoky look with some copper glitter, so stay tuned. I'm going to be using the Moonstone palette by Profusion for this look, and first you want to start with a base. If you don't have an eye primer, then use a concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape for this. And then I'm going in with a fluffy brush and just blending that up to my brow because it'll also create kind of a highlight under your eyebrow at the same time. Make sure you smooth it out completely and make sure there's no rough edges or creases in it because then your eyeshadow will just crease on top of it. Don't forget to do the bottom lash line as well. Once you get it on, just pat it down with your finger and make sure there's no creases. Next, take this light gray on a small fluffy brush and we're just going to apply that straight into our crease and get it placed where we want it with some small circular motions and also back and forth motions, really getting it down into that crease before we start fusing it out. Once you get it placed where you want to very lightly and slowly start going in little circular motions and back and forth motions along the edge to really smoke it out. Next, with the same brush, just take this darker gray and we're really going to pack this into our crease. Really keep it in your crease, but pack it in there nice and good so it should be pretty dark. After it's packed in there, you're going to take a small, clean, fluffy brush and very lightly go around the edges and just start slowly blending that out. Try not to cover all of that first gray that we put on. If you do end up bringing it up a little bit too high and covering more of that gray, you can always go back in with a little bit more of that light gray around the edges to make it show a little bit more and help blend out a little bit smoother. The lighter pressure you have for this, the easier it's going to blend out. And then you can also use this brush to get rid of any creases you might have from putting that dark color in your crease. You really got to trust the process with this look. With a flat rounded brush, take some concealer. Don't be afraid to get enough concealer. I see a lot of people not using enough. Really pack that concealer on the brush, and then you're going to use the edge of this brush to really carve out that cut crease shape. And you want it to be curved right above your actual crease. That way, when you look forward, you can see that full line that you created. If you can't, then just bring it up a little bit higher until you can. Once you finish getting that shape that you need, then you just take the rest of the concealer and really fill it in and make sure it's packed in there. And then you're going to take your finger and just tap that out and make sure there's no creases. Next, with that flat rounded brush, I'm just going to take this brown shade and I'm going to really pack that on top of that concealer that we applied for the cut crease area. I'm going to be getting as close to that line as possible, but do not go out of that line. That way it stays nice and clean looking. This step doesn't have to be completely perfect because I'm putting glitter over the top. Once again, with that same brush, I'm just going to take some of this copper glitter and really pack it on top of that brown shadow that we just applied and keep that line nice and sharp for your cut crease. That way it looks really clean. Once that's packed on there, just take that little fluffy brush that we used for that dark gray and just bring that into your outer V and really tap it around that edge of that glitter just to blend it in more. Take that same brush with the dark gray on it and smoke out your lower lash line, going almost to your inner corner, but not quite. Now with a really small flat brush, we're just going to be taking this copper shimmer shade and filling in that little area that we left in the lower lash line, and then also blending it into that gray just a little bit. And we're also going to be taking that same shade with the same brush and bringing it to the very inner corner as an inner corner highlight by bringing it up into that gray just a little bit, and then also bringing it down into the lower lash line. To clean up the outer edge of that shadow just a little bit, I like to take a baby wipe and just swipe upwards towards the outer corner of your brow. Next, we're going to be taking a black eyeliner pencil and we're just going to fill in our whole bottom waterline with that. And then once we're done with that, we're going to take it and also tightline as well. Now add mascara and falsies. This is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. As a small content creator, any support is greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys next time.